We are joined by Lady Tigers senior guard Andrea Kelly. Andrea just wrapped up media training today with Dr. Shirley White. In your time here at LSU, what have you learned in dealing with the media?
Well, as a senior, and this is my third year at LSU, I've definitely learned that it's important to carry yourself well and to represent LSU, not only for the school, but as your personal brand. Carrying yourself as a student athlete is important because people always are watching you, observing you, and it's important that you make sure that you represent LSU well.
And what did you take from this presentation in the past 2 days?
It's been really helpful. This has not been my first presentation, but every time I come, I always get something new out of it. This time, I've learned that it's important to just really make sure you know how to carry yourself with facial expressions, hand gestures, everything, just knowing how to shake hands with the interviewer, to giving great answers and being clear with your answers.
And what area do you think you've improved in the most?
As a player, I feel like I've learned the game more in different aspects of the college game. It's totally different from high school. And from my freshman year, learning the system and different cuts and reads on screens and different defensive positions. And one of the things I think I've improved on the most since I've been here is my shot and consistency with it, because I've struggled with that since I've been playing. So that's a big
Record, or as we heard, know that the camera is always on. Even when you may be out someplace, somebody's going to have one of these flip cameras, and you're under a microscope. That is just part and parcel of being an LSU high-profile student athlete, member of the Lady Tigers basketball team. It all comes together. We're part of a family, and I know you know that, and I want you to continue to remember that. Of course, with individuals, and I know this is a given. You know this. I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. You always want to be professional. You always want to be positive and respectful. And in cases where you have to be someplace and nobody is guiding you there, but you have to be someplace at a certain time, you always want to be timely as much as you possibly can, particularly when you're dealing with reporters. Believe me, they are always on a deadline, and they're always rushing, and you know their questions generally that they have for you, they're quick, they're looking for...
Joined by John Kinney here with the Lady Tigers, just wrapping up media training today. John, you were a high-profile senior last year in high school. You come to LSU with a lot of credentials. What has your experience been like in dealing with the media in high school?
In high school, after pretty much the state games, we would go back into the room and they would talk to us, and I really didn't have a problem because like you were sitting down and you were just speaking into a mic and everything was fine. But now I've realized that from being an LSU player, that there's a lot more to just speaking like into a mic about how did you feel about that last shot, or how did you feel about this. It's definitely more of thinking before you speak, and knowing that you are representing a high-profile Division I school, and that a lot of things go into preparing.
Lastly, what did you take from Dr. White's presentation in the 2 days that we've done media training?
Definitely, pretty much the most important part is about your body language, and not exactly what you say, but how you say it. And like smiling in front of a TV crew, or when something's positive said, you're not just like looking down, and you're really excited about what's been said and everything.